Hello and welcome back to my channel, guys. This is your mentor Sanyukta Singh, and as you can see on the screen, visual communication question. So I am here with a new video on visual communication question for NIFT 2026. This is for the upcoming exam, no doubt, but the questions have been asked in previous years too. To show you some of the solutions of the question. We are going to talk about the question. We are going to how to attempt these type of question, and some of the students asked me in my previous videos to bring such videos related to your emojis and comics and everything. So here I am, guys, and visual communication is one of the question where drawing skill matters the most, but what more matters is your thinking, that how are you going to bring out that emotion, that concept in any emoji or any image or icon or the comic. So visual communication related questions usually they demand for engagement, they demand for expressions and gestures. So there is one of the session of mine which is gestures and expressions, that if you want you can see on YouTube on my channel. You can search it down, gestures and expressions by Sanyukta Singh Studio, and you will get the complete content for that. Now the primary function of emoji or the comic visual is to fill in the emotional cues otherwise missing from typed conversations, है ना? Like, why are we using emotions? Why are we using emojis? Like in the text form also, when you are chatting with somebody, you are sending these emojis of love, affection, or maybe if you want to express your anxiety or anger, so you are sending these emojis. So these type of questions always demand the expression, the larger eyes, the wide smiles. So shape psychology also matters here, and your emotional and engaging elements also matter here. So in this type of question you're going to take care about all these elements. Now moving forward, I'm going to show you 3 of the year's question where this type of question was asked. Now in 2021, design an emoji on anyone, don't know, good night, see you. These 3 were the areas given, and the question was of 30 marks. So this was asked in 2021. 2022, make a black and white comic strip with a plot set in COVID times. That time we all know that there was COVID. Using characters of any one of the following: Tenali Rama, Vikram Betal, and Akbar Birbal. So for the in the comic strip, the context which was used was of COVID, but again by using gestures and expressions, that whole strip was to be made. Now here it is very much important to know about gestures and expressions. If you are attempting this question for your exam, you must know how to express anger, how to express anxiety, and all these. Now in 2017 there was a question that was express the contrast between the given pair of words through 2 separate visuals in given boxes. Out of the given 3, the options were: how are you going to show balanced and unbalanced, crispy or soggy, or cluttered or uncluttered. Now in this question the demand of emoji or that icon thing was optional. If you want if you're attempting the PYQs, there are different ways to attempt these type of questions. So I'm going to show you some of the solutions for the same also. Now, what they check usually, they check how are you expressing these emotions, how are you simplifying your ideas, not exaggerating things, not making things complicated and confusing, and how are you communicating without words. Because in these type of questions you're not allowed to write. Okay, like in many questions of problem solving and maybe logos and other these type of questions, you usually express and explain in words. Like you are explaining mostly in 50 words or 100 words, and you are explaining the concept. But in this type of question you're not allowed to explain it in the words, like you need to make them in the form of gestures and expressions only. Now This is one of the possible solution of that emoji question that was asked in 2021, I guess. Don't know, you can see the question mark. You can see the eyes expression. Usually in these type of question, you need to think about how you react in a certain situation, how your eyes are moving, how your lips are moving, how your eyebrows are lift up. So all these things are very important if you are doing these type of questions. So you can see the question mark, you can see the eyes expression, you can see the lips expression. This is exactly when we feel we don't know, we are confused about anything. See how the hand has been used. Now using the hand is usually gestures. What are gestures? Now if you see that video, gestures and expressions, you'll be able to know whatever we do with our hand, like in the form of namaste or hi or bye or all the best with our hand, so that is known as gesture. And the eyes movement and the lips movement is usually expressions. Now you can see good morning, you can see shh, you can see good night. How important is these expressions, the eyebrow movement, the eyes movement? You can see usually when you ask someone to keep their mouth shut, your eyes are widely opened. So these all things are very important, how you analyze the situation, how you analyze the expression, and how you draw it accordingly. Now this was again one of the PYQs of 2023. Yeah, remember that Tenali Rama question and the Akbar Birbal question that I just yeah, this one. Make a black and white comic strip. Now black and white was said, no colors was asked to use, and then the characters and Tenali Raman, Vikram Betal and Akbar Birbal in a comic strip. COVID time was the major context. Now this was how it was. See, it's written in Hindi. So when we talk about comic strips, there are different principles and fundamentals which we take care in comic strip. How are you going to draw that bubble and write down the text? So everything is very important. And see the black and white images. Also, you can see here one thing which is again very important, and the marks are allotted on that basis only. See the expressions. See how beautifully the expressions are made. You can see this one, the COVID time, the mask thing, which was used as a major element, and Vikram Betal. You can see this. So these all are the important aspects and the important elements that you choose actually to depict that situation or depict that character. Okay, so this was one of the questions I've shown here, and again there are few more questions that might be asked in your upcoming exam. So here I've given my students some of the words like love, energy, religion, aggression, anger and danger. You can also practice these words or the similar words, and how can you express these words in a given 2x2 box or maybe a 4x4 box, or in the form of illustration or in the form of visual icons. So this type of question is very important, and the solutions I have shown here. Again, if you're asked to show balance and emphasis on a given box or maybe on a 5x5 box, so how are you going to depict the balance? See, with the use of shapes and colors, balance has been shown. Now balance are usually of 2-3 types. There are symmetrical balance, there are asymmetrical balance, there are radial balance. So if you have knowledge about the variations of balance, you'll be able to do these questions. Emphasis is one of the principles of design. There is repetition, there is proportion. So in emphasis, it's very important to give that information, define that complete visual without using words. So that's how you can do it. Now it was again asked in 2017, cluttered and decluttered. So the basic meaning of the word has been defined or executed through the visual. You can see here, you can take this screenshot also. So you can easily score in this segment of the question. No realistic drawing is required here. Simple shapes score better. Clear idea is equal to higher marks. Time-saving questions. So these questions, usually you get 1 hour. Like 3 hours, 3 questions in NIFT you usually get. So these type of question you can always complete in half an hour or 40 minutes, and rest of the 20 minutes or 15 minutes you can spend in the questions which are of 40 marks, or maybe of composition, or maybe of poster design. So practice expression based questions, guys, like practice the words like anger, frustration, workaholic, and there are many more. If you go through that video of mine of gestures and expression, you'll get to see many words given there in the presentation, so you can practice them accordingly. And then identify the emotion. Is it happy, confused, silent, or alert? Whenever the questions are given in your exam, please know the meaning of the question and then accordingly generate the elements that you can use in your solution. So that's very important. In excited, we usually see these stars. In happy, we usually show our completely all the teeth. So it's very important to know about the major elements which is a support to depict that very drawing. Okay. Now, sorry, this picture is blur, but you must know one thing, that the knowledge of lines and shape psychology is very important when you are attempting a visual communication question. How? Circle usually depicts the friendliness, square usually depicts the seriousness, triangles usually depict the alert and danger type of situation. So you must know about the shape and line psychology. Again, I have my session on shape and line psychology on YouTube. You can go and see in the playlist. So what is important in emojis and emotions or visual communication type of questions? How to depict these emotions, like don't know, see you, or good morning. Big eyes are usually depicting surprise. Closed eyes are usually depicting calm and silence. One raised eyebrow usually depicts question, confusion. Small dots is neutrality. So you must know about these keywords, then only you'll be able to express that in your exam. So I think this session is enough for you all. If you practice gestures and expressions and you know about lines and shapes psychology, this area, visual communication, is going to be very easy for you. I hope this video will help you a lot. And for more such videos, do like, do share, and do subscribe. This is your mentor Sanyukta Singh signing off. Till then, guys, take care. Bye-bye.